Diamond Gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond Gusset Jeans. Made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond Gusset Jeans got it. Others don't.
I have sworn upon the altar of God eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man. Thomas Jefferson. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
We spearheaded 2.5 weeks ago a global revolt against the naked body scanners. I told you we could do it together. For 8 days straight, we've been the top link on Drudge with our articles each day. Pilots, passengers rage at new naked scans and pat-downs. Under that, giant text, Big Sis moves to stop revolt, holiday travel on the brink. There are the heads of the biggest travel organizations, Disney, the hotel associations, the major pilot association, the flight attendant associations, they are all in total revolt. Everybody who's been through these, and I've been through them, I've seen it happen, I've said no, are in total revolt right now. This is so exciting. We've got Michael Braverman, TV producer and researcher, and one of the folks that appears in the hit TV show, I'd call it a documentary, now in its second season, Conspiracy Theory. This was the #1 search term yesterday. Bombshell, FEMA camps confirmed. Good job to the listeners. Google tried to block our FEMA camp search term, but other people wrote about our story, so it got out to everybody. Very, very exciting. Good job on that front. We are doing another search term today. Dealing, of course, with the revolt against the TSA. We'll put that up on screen if we can, the search term I'm doing today. But I want to give them a double shot of resistance. And we're about to finish up with Bob Chapman, then go to Michael Braverman. I want to make 3 words the term today. FEMA camps confirmed. FEMA camps confirmed. Put that into Google over and over and over again. FEMA camps confirmed. And hit them again. Hit them with bombshell FEMA camps. Let's see them try to block both those. So I just fired 2 torpedoes. Bombshell FEMA camps, and FEMA camps confirmed. 2 separate search terms. Nothing can stop you, ladies and gentlemen. You are awesome. Look at the global revolts that we're starting. And then I forget my search term from the first hour. That's why I'm asking for the blue screen. So I can... Okay, it's revolt against TSA. That's what I thought it was. Revolt. There it is. Revolt against TSA. And that's destined to be #1 in the next hour than the others later. And throughout the weekend, you can keep searching the term. All right, finishing up with Bob Chapman. Bob, briefly, what's your take on the naked body scanner revolt, the pat-downs, the grabbing women and children's genitals? Even Atlantic Monthly, Jeffrey Goldberg's reporting on this. This is huge. They're having emergency meetings at the White House right now with the heads of Disney World, you name it. I mean, this is big.
It is big, and it's a national disgrace that these people would even attempt to do such things to control people. This is what it's really all about. And I hope they revolt so that every machine is taken out of everywhere and sent down to the machine dump someplace, because there's absolutely no reason for doing those kind of things to people.
And there needs to be an investigation of Chertoff purchasing billions of machines in late 2008 before he left office and then becoming the CEO of the company. I mean, that's brazen.
Well, it certainly is something that should be investigated. But unfortunately, in Washington today, no matter what you do, you get away with it. But just to bring it up to the public attention and cause the consternation that it will cause, and they will do away with them. They're not going to keep them in there.
Well said, Bob Chapman. Bob, in closing, folks can call Midas Resources and get a free copy of your 40-plus page weekly newsletter. What's the toll-free number for folks to call and get it?
877-479-8178. That's 877-479-8178. And don't forget, Ted has a special deal, free one-year subscription to the International Forecaster if you buy one of the Frank coins. It's the best deal I've ever seen.
Well said. Bob, God willing, we'll see you back live during the show next Friday.
You got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bob Chapman, the Crusader for Liberty. I was really excited when True TV folks called me, Michael Braverman and Tyrell, and said, hey, we think the police state episode that you're in is the most powerful. It's groundbreaking. And I was there. I was at the FEMA centers, with Jesse. I haven't been able to talk about it, but now they're allowing folks, because this is so big, it airs tonight, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. You know I'm going to be watching it. The episode I think is the next powerful is the JFK with a deathbed confession, E. Howard Hunt, coming up next Friday. And it's really important because there's been all these denials about FEMA camps, and now it's all coming out. Now, of course, Braverman has worked extensively with Jesse Ventura for many years. And, of course, he's produced a whole bunch of hit television shows, one of them the #1 news show, of course, in the last 2 years on True TV, getting record ratings there. And there's no doubt why, because they're covering things that's never been on national television. It's been here on this show, but never with the budget, never with the research, never on national television. And tonight's police state episode is absolutely off the charts. And the article's bombshell, FEMA camps confirmed. And we're making FEMA camps confirmed the search term. Please put it in Google over and over again. And then separately, bombshell FEMA camps. Let's see them try to censor that like they tried yesterday and failed. They tried? They tried and failed? They tried and failed. Let's go to Michael Braverman. Michael, good to have you here with us.
Hey, Alex. Thanks for having me on.
So much is going on. I got to ask you, what's your take on the naked body scanners?
You know what? I listened a little bit to your last guest. I think this whole thing is going to go down in flames or up in flames because people aren't going to stand for it. It's just they're now got to the point where the masses of population are going to start to push back.
This could be the trigger, kind of like the tea tax in 1776. I'm not kidding. I mean, this is huge. Now, so much is coming out. I think of last year's episodes, how you had made the global warming fraud special, and then everything in your special, even though it had been produced and finished weeks before, it came out right as ClimateGate broke, and it made international headlines because you got people at the UN to admit they'd engaged in chicanery and lies. Now, this, I believe, is even bigger, but it's up to the listeners to spread the word. I know Tyrell agrees, Jesse agrees. What's your view on this key episode coming up tonight?
I'll tell you what, just to back up a little bit, I always call this show the miracle show. I call conspiracy theory a miracle because having been in the trenches of the TV business, the fact that we're on and that we're in our second season is, to overstate it again, a miracle. To have a show like this that exposes the things that we do in the mass media, or the corporate media, as some people call it, but in the mass media on a network that reaches 90 million homes is to me unbelievable. And a lot of it is to the support of people that are your listeners and other people that have open minds and are willing to look at an alternative and are willing to accept an alternative. And this episode that's going to air tonight, I've seen a lot of stuff, Alex. You and I have talked a couple of different times, many times. I've seen a lot of stuff in producing this show, but this stuff, the stuff that's on tonight, I got to tell you, it keeps me up. It keeps me up at night thinking about what the government is really doing and the stuff. And we saw it. We see it. We prove it. And we have people looking in our faces and just lying right in the camera. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely, and I'm very proud to be associated with this important episode. You've got the water episode coming up, how they're hoarding and taking over all the water.
Which, by the way, I'll just stop you for a second. That will blow people's minds. Blow your minds.
We're going to talk about some of the other episodes coming up, but specifically, I've got the bullet points of what we're able to reveal. Michael, you've got the floor. Walk through a prelude, a kind of first look of what people are going to see tonight, 9 p.m. Central.
Well, what they're going to see be is a couple different things. We're going to tell a story that begins with, we're going to tell a story that if you said it to your friends and neighbors, they would go, come on, it's unbelievable, it sounds like fiction. What you're going to see tonight sounds like a made-up, story, a made-up fictional story, but it's not. I mean, you watch this thing, and we're going to show you a coffin storage yard, and I know, Alex, you were there on that shoot, with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of coffins that are just stacked up waiting for something, and right as we got there to shoot, all of a sudden trucks showed up and started moving them out. Now, you can draw your own conclusions about that. They knew we were coming. They knew we were going to be there, and they wanted to get that stuff.
Yeah, a driver even told the locals. We talked to multiple locals who talked to the drivers because they're in a neighborhood area with some woods behind it. That they told us, because people are coming out here and we know the media is coming. Yep. And then there's the usual suspects. Popular Mechanic supposedly debunks it by doing a straw man saying that the locals are involved. The locals that were storing it are good people. The fact is, we know, and I gave you guys the documents, that emergency managers in New York, Indiana, and other states, including Alabama and Georgia, have confirmed there is a CDC program preparing for mass graves of millions of dead Americans during a bioattack. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. And then we move on in the episode to these things called fusion centers. And I didn't know what the heck a fusion center was till I started, doing the research and building out this show. There are these places all over the country. I think there's 90 of them where it's federal, state, local, cops, FBI, DEA, ICE, everybody, they all get together and they share information. And they say they don't watch people, they watch, and I'm going to put, and you'll see this, the guy says it directly, they watch trends. And as Jesse says, well, trends, who makes trends? People make trends. And it's been proven, and anybody can Google this, in Missouri, the Fusion Center in Missouri was sued because they were watching people with Ron Paul stickers on their cars, anybody associated with the third-party movement, or people who were conspiracy theorists. Now, you tell me, anybody listening to this program, you tell me. So, basically, if that ain't the thought police, I don't know what is. If I believe in conspiracies and I go on conspiracy websites, or I want to talk to somebody, or I go to a meeting, I'm on a watch list. When did that happen in this country?
It's Soviet-style secret police, and then they start people that protest the MIAC Homeland Security reports that law enforcement sent us, and that we broke, of course. When locals protest it, then they get followed. And just a month ago, I had a Pennsylvania representative on who was having tea parties and gun rallies. And so he was surveilled by Homeland Security. I mean, this is incredible.
Right, and it's not really political. Like, what's the next step? If I go to a Middle Eastern restaurant, am I going to get watched? If I go to a gun show, I mean, the point is, it's not political. It's everything they don't like.
It's an attempt to intimidate everybody.
Correct. No matter what your politics are, and that's my point. You could be on the right, you could be on the left. Doesn't matter. You could be at a Tea Party rally, or you could be, at a Ron Paul rally, or you could be, believing in conspiracy theories. It doesn't matter.
Anti-war groups are being watched
all the time. All the time. And then we found out that these fusion centers are actually a precursor to these mass FEMA camps that you just discussed. So this thing all kind of ties in together, and it all kind of goes down, one thing leads to another. And then you get to the FEMA camps, and then you find out, and, Alex, you've been so helpful in a lot of this stuff, then you find out that President Obama's executive order divides the country into 10 sectors. So forget about your state government, forget about your governor. In a crisis, these 10 hand-picked governors are now going